Hello, third graders. Here is a little video to explain how you should do your how to make an anemometer writing. I'm going to be showing you how to make an anemometer with my writing, but you are going to be writing how to make a rain gauge. So both of these things, an anemometer and a rain gauge, are things that we use to measure weather. So an anemometer measures the wind speed, but a rain gauge measures how much rain falls from the sky. Okay, so let's get started. How to make an anemometer writing. This week, you will be writing one paragraph about how to make an anemometer. For you, it'll be one paragraph about a rain gauge. This will be turned in on Friday. Okay, so today is Tuesday. You're going to turn it in on Friday. So you should work on this in parts throughout the week. Please be thoughtful and careful when writing. Completing this in one day is not recommended, okay? You should break it up so that you can do it over the entire week and it's going to be your best work. So part 1, it says, watch this video about how to make an anemometer at home. We're going to watch together how to make an anemometer, but on your own, you are going to watch a video about how to make a rain gauge. So I click on this link, and because the sound you won't be able to hear, I'll just explain it for you. Okay, here the video is loading. I'm going to make it full screen. Okay, so here they're showing us how to make an anemometer. Ooh. How to make an anemometer. Okay. So right now they're spinning it. Here's what they are telling us we need: 2 straws, 1 pencil, 5 small paper cups, a push pin, and a hole puncher. Okay, the first step is to make 4 holes just underneath the rim. Okay, so do you see how they're right across from each other? That's important. Okay, now we need to take 1 straw and push it all the way through, and the other straw and push it through the other 2 so they make a plus sign. Then with the rest of the 4 cups, make 2 holes that are about 1/2 inch apart, about halfway through the cup, okay? Push the straws through, all 4 of them, okay? Just like that. And look how they are all facing the same way. Okay, he's explaining that they all need to face the same way. If one is a different way, like that one, then it's not going to spin. Okay, with a sharpened pencil, they're making a hole in the bottom of the center cup. Okay, and they turned it upside down. With the eraser first, they're pushing the eraser all the way up to the straws. Make sure it can wiggle, okay? That's how it will be moving. With a push pin, they're going to push it through the center of those 2 straws where they make a plus sign and push it through the eraser. Okay? You need to hold it up to make sure that it spins. Okay? Then you can take it outside or buy a fan and make sure that the anemometer is spinning. So look at his hand. It's working because he's not spinning it with his fingers. He's just holding it right there, and the fan is making it spin. Okay. So that's how you make an anemometer. Okay, that's our video that we're gonna do together. Okay. Now, part 2, it says, use the transition word bank and table below to organize your steps and take notes. Before you write what you will do in each step, write a transition word at the beginning. Use the transition word bank to give you ideas. So, the transition word bank down here, I have in addition, first, then, to begin with, next, to start with, third, after that, last or lastly, before, second, and finally. I took a moment to highlight some of the ones that I might want to use. You can do the same if you want. Okay, so I think I might want to use first, and I might want to use then, and I think I want to use next, and after that, I'll use that, and last or lastly, and then at the very last, I'm going to use finally. So those are some words that I think I might want to use, okay? Now, on the next slide, we have our table, okay? Our table that shows the transition word that you're going to put on in this column and describe what you will do in each step. You can just jot your ideas down here. You're just taking notes, okay? They don't have to be complete sentences. So for my first sentence, I need to explain what I'm going to be writing about. I'm going to write how you can make an anemometer at home. So I'm going to take a little bit of notes. I write how to make an anemometer, which measures wind speed, at home. That's going to be my very first sentence, my topic sentence, so that readers like you and like other people will know what we're going to be reading about. We're going to be reading about how to make an anemometer. It's pretty easy. Now, after that, this will be my first step. So what transition word? What should I use? I'm going to use first. Of course, it's the first thing. So first, I put my transition word in this box here, first, and my first step, I need to get the materials: 2 straws, 1 pencil, 5 small paper cups, a push pin, and a hole puncher. Those are all of my items. Okay, now my second step, I can always go back and watch the video again. My second step, I need a transition word. I could use second, but I'm going to use next. So next, my next step was to use the hole puncher to make 4 holes under the rim of 1 cup. Okay, that was my second step. Now, my third step. What transition word should I use? I'm going to use then. Then, my third step. Push 2 straws through the holes, making a big plus sign with the straws. Remember how they made that big plus sign? Okay, my next step, I'm going to use after that. That step, use the hole puncher to make 2 holes halfway down the rest of the cups. So there's 4 cups left. We need to make 2 holes that are right next to each other. Okay, then the next step, transition word. I need to think of one. I chose then. Okay, so then the next step was push 1 straw through both holes of the cup. Okay, so you go in and out through both of those holes. And you need to do this to the other 3 cups. Now I need another step and a transition word. So the transition word, after. Okay, after, again, all of my transition words are here. After, the cups all need to face the same way so it can spin. Okay, that's another step. Then, let's see, next, use a sharpened pencil to make a hole in the bottom of the middle cup. Okay, that's another step. My next transition word, then. Then, let's see, I took notes. Push the pencil eraser first through that hole you just made. Okay. After that, my next transition word, after that, use the push pin to push through the center of 2 straws and into the eraser. Okay, I took a little notes there. Then, right here, then hold the anemometer up to make sure it spins. And my last step with my last transition word, finally, that's the last step, finally, take the anemometer outside on a windy day to see how fast it can spin. Okay, so this is all of my notes that I took when I was watching the video. Okay, you're gonna do the same. And if you want, you can color code like I did. I used blue and green and purple and red and a different blue and orange, all of these colors. You can do the same thing so you can help your eyes see what different sentences and steps there are, okay? So make sure in this table, your transition words go in this side Things like this, you can use your transition word bank. And in the big space here, you describe what you will do in each step. If you want, you can go back to the video and pause it after one step and take notes. That's what I did, okay? I stopped the video and I took notes, just scribbled some down or typed them out, and that's how I took my notes, okay? After you take your notes on this table, here's what you do next. Part 3 says, you need to write all your steps in one paragraph. Make sure to indent, have a capital letter at the beginning and a period at the end of each sentence. So I go back and I see my first sentence, my topic sentence, what readers are going to know that they're reading about. This blue is my topic sentence. So I go back and I write it down, making sure to indent. Look, I indented right here. I pressed the tab key on my computer. So tab, I'm going to make it a complete sentence, just like this. This is how you can make an anemometer to measure wind speed using things you have around your house. That's pretty easy. That's a great topic sentence. It tells my reader, you all, and everyone else who wants to know how to make an anemometer that these are the steps we're going to take to make an anemometer. So I go back to my table that I made where I was taking notes, and my second and other sentences are just like this. First, there's my transition sentence. Look how I have the same colors. If you want, you can do the same thing. First, you should get the materials you will need. These are 2 straws, 1 pencil, 5 small paper cups, 1 push pin, and a hole puncher. Next, use the hole puncher to make 4 holes just under the rim of 1 small cup, so the holes are across from each other. Do you see how this is a complete sentence and not just a little phrase? And I made sure that I had a lot more detail than when I was taking notes, because the notes were just quick. And I want my reader to make sure that they really understand this step. So I'm going into as much detail as I can, okay? Then my next step, or my next few steps, are these. Then push the 2 straws through the holes you just made so the straws make a big plus sign. I think the plus sign will really help readers know that it needs to be looking like that. Okay, so that's why I included that there. And look, make sure I have a capital letter at the beginning of my sentence and a period at the end of all of my sentences. We make sure that we're doing all of that. That's what great readers and writers do. Next, after that, use the hole puncher to make 2 holes halfway down the 4 cups that are left. These holes should be about 1/2 inch away from each other. Then, that's another step, then push one end of the straw through the 2 holes of 1 cup. Make sure the end of the straw sticks out of the second hole. Do this with the other 3 cups. And another step. After, make sure the cups all face the same way so it can spin. I'm going to keep going on. I go back and forth between my table with my notes so that I can write a complete sentence for each step. Next, use a sharpened pencil to make a hole in the bottom of the middle cup, the one with 2 straws. Okay. Then push the pencil, remember eraser first, through the hole. Make sure the pencil can wiggle in the hole. After that, here's another step. After that, make sure I had a capital letter. After that, use the push pin to push through the center of the 2 straws and into the eraser. Do not push too hard because then the anemometer will not spin and I have a period at the end of my sentence. That's what a good writer does. Another step. Then hold the anemometer up by the pencil and make sure it can spin by moving it. Then, finally, last step, finally take the anemometer outside on a windy day to see how fast the wind moves. Okay, so here is my paragraph, okay? I made it matching each sentence with the notes that I took on the table, okay? So I take a look and I reread and I make sure that everything looks good. My next step is to revise and edit my paragraph by going through the checklist. So, did I have a capital letter at the beginning of all my sentences? Yeah, I checked. There was a capital letter at the beginning of all my sentences. Now, did I always have a capital letter I when it's by itself, when it stands alone? Yes, I did. I don't think I used the letter I to explain what I'm doing, but if I did, then I would put a capital I. Yes, I put a check mark. I started my paragraphs with a topic sentence for a strong beginning. Yes, I did. You betcha I did. That was, remember, at the very beginning, we tell our reader what's going to happen, what they're going to read about. I put a check mark, yes. I supported my ideas with details. You betcha I did, yes, because I explained each step so that readers knew what they were doing. I have a strong conclusion for my paragraph. Uh-oh, if I go back, let's go back, look. Finally take the anemometer outside on a windy day to see how fast the wind moves. Oh, I don't have a conclusion. So I need to go back and write another conclusion sentence. I could write, this is how you make an anemometer at home. Okay? So I need to go back and add this because guess what? Miss Irby made a mistake. I need to go back and add this so that it's complete. So when I go back and write my conclusion, I can mark it from a no, change it from a no to a yes. Next one, I have spaces between my words and after punctuation. I made sure to have spaces. Yes, I did that. I use the correct punctuation at the end of my sentences. Let's go back and take a look. Lots of periods. But look right here, I don't have a period. So I need to put a no. I put a no here because I didn't do that. So I need to go back and put a period right there. And I can change it from a no to a yes. I stayed on topic and my writing is organized and flows well. Well, my whole writing is about how to make an anemometer. So yeah, that's on topic. And it's organized and flows well because I use those transition words, first, next, then, after that, so that the readers knew exactly what order we were going in. So yes, it's flowing well and it's organized. I have some short and some long sentences in my writing. Yes, I think I did. I had some short ones and some longer ones. I checked all my spelling. That's pretty easy. If you're typing on your computer, it checks it automatically for you, third graders. So yes, you can check your spelling. If you're writing it on a piece of paper, go back and check your spelling. The next one, I indented at the beginning of my paragraph. Let me go back just to make sure. Yep, look right here. I indented to make sure that it is a new paragraph. So right here, yes, I indented. And my next step, it says, I used transition words to introduce new steps. You betcha I did. I used all of those transition words. Right here, I put a check, yes. And the last thing I need to check, I wrote at least 8 sentences for my paragraph. That's what it says down here. I wrote at least 8 paragraphs. Well, let's go back and count. Let's go back. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and I need to write my conclusion, so that's 19. I have way more than 8 sentences. So yes, I have at least 8 sentences. So I see that I need to fix 2 of my checklists. I need to go back and write a strong conclusion. Remember, this is how you make an anemometer at home. It's as simple as that. And I need to add a period after each sentence. Okay, so after I change those, I can mark them as yes. Okay, now this is how you're going to follow the same process that I just showed you. You're going to do it the exact same way for your own, how to make a rain gauge. You're going to have so much fun, and guess what? You can do it at home. You can actually build a rain gauge at home so that you can know how much water is falling from the sky. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.